Welcome to Buddha in Your Landfill on this beautiful Friday morning. Yesterday, and I'm sure you feel as I do, it's like going through an emotional wringer. And the first half of the wringer was Dr. Ford's testimony, which was heartfelt, which the heart has so much empathy, and we felt her pain. And then the second half was Dr. Kavanaugh. And there was a different kind of pain. It was anger, righteous anger of a man whose whole career and life expectation was disintegrating in front of his eyes. And so, I've been wrestling with this today. I woke up with it, I've been writing about it, and I'm sure America is. So my only way of handling this is to get a wider understanding, a context. Because my title here today is America's Moral Crisis. And we have Dr. Ford, I'm telling the truth. Judge Cav, I'm telling the truth 100%. But truth is one. It's not two. Truth is one. There can't be two truths, although Kellyanne Conway, I think, suggested there was. One of them is lying. One of them is not telling the truth. And yet both of them believe convincingly, emotionally, that they're telling the truth. So this is like a national courtroom. They don't call it a trial, it is a trial. They say, oh, this is just a job application. Well, no, it's a trial. But America's on trial. America's on trial. See, the media, today's media, is kind of like America's morality play. Back in the Middle Ages, they used to have morality plays. And then, or maybe, Punch and Judy shows, or cartoons, or our movies, or all morality plays. Shakespeare is morality plays. Morality play is a play where moral decisions have to be made. There's a conflict, and there's a resolution. And these are acted out, and they are basically give us a catharsis. Aristotle, came up with that's a catharsis means that a morality play, art, gives us cathartic release from a conflict. So America's got an internal conflict, and we want release, but because we don't get release, the conflict just gets kicked down the road in new morality plays. But the media now, our American Western media that we invented, has become now like a media Super Bowl, which is what this morality play was yesterday, a media Super Bowl where the whole globe is watching, focusing its consciousness on this little bitty space here that was, in this situation, a room in the Congress. The whole world is focused on that. And that's tremendous energy, We think consciousness is energy. When you put attention on something, you put energy on that thing. So it exaggerates it. When you put energy on something, it magnifies it, makes it larger. So America's in a moral crisis, and here's my little man looking at Dr. Ford. I'm telling the truth, crying. Judge Crav, I'm telling the truth, crying. But there's only one truth. So that's up to us now. How are we going to decide who's guilty? How are we going to decide that? By what criteria do we? So as I look at what's happening today, and it came out very evident in the trial. The first half, of course, was a heartfelt story of Dr. Ford, who had nothing to gain by being there. And then you had the heartfelt story of Judge Katz, who has everything to gain or everything to lose. And the Republicans, just to give you a little review, I'll run out of time here. What I'm trying to get at is that this is a crisis between the heart and the head. Feeling, emotion, the heart that feels the truth, and the objective, which is duty-bound. What is the truth according to duty? So let's put that up here. Heart, duty. Now, duty comes into with Dr. Ford. Duty was not in there. You don't have a duty to feel for her. You feel her pain. The whole world felt her pain. She was exposed. She exposed herself. She willingly went to the crucifixion. She willingly went to the witch's burning post and submitted herself to the fire of shame. Willingly. And that made her very authentic. Now, Judge Cav is being dragged to the fire unwillingly. And he's angry. Rightfully so. But the whole play, let's say, shifted at a crucial moment. It shifted when it's the Republican inquiry into Judge Cav went according to plan, with the female assistant asking him questions. And I think maybe she just asked him, got 2 questions out. And I think the last question was when she looked at his calendar that he brought up as proof that there was a day in July where he was going somewhere with all the people, all the boys that Dr. Ford said was in that party. And I forgot the woman's name when she asked him, what about that? And he filibustered it or whatever he did. And then after that, Lindsey Graham took charge with an emotional attack on the Democrats. And from then on, he empowered the rest of the Republicans to shift the blame, to shift the question from Dr. Ford or the integrity or the truth of Cav or Ford to the conspiracy and the blame of the Democrats, which is a Trumpian tactics, shift the blame to the Democrats and the liberals. Now here, this brings up party loyalty. Duty, party. So morality, the problem that America faces now, and this is a problem for the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court is the last refuge for integrity and wisdom against party politics. And so when Judge Cav then, in his righteous anger, blaming the Democrats as an evil conspiracy, he revealed himself as a partisan, which has been his big problem all along. He rose to fame as a partisan for Ken Starr in attacking Clinton. And now he blamed this whole trial on the Democrats, anger at him and anger at losing the election and anger over the Clintons. So that is, he really kind of like revealed his partisan underpinning, which has been his problem all along. You don't want a partisan politician on the Supreme Court, period. Because their decisions then will be duty-bound to follow the party line. And you see what's happened in America is that morality has been held hostage by duty to party. And so this puts, when there is a situation like this where what is the moral decision here? If your mind, your conscience, is committed to party line, party conscience, party feeling, party power, party order, you see, it derails your true conscience, your true moral compass, and points it to the party. So this is a real crisis for us, because who do I believe? My heart and my heartfelt realization that Dr. Ford is telling the truth, or to my party loyalty for the liberals or the Democrats, you see. The liberals don't have this conflict right here because their party loyal says to block, their party says block Cav. All right, so block Cav and their heartfelt truth of Ford are in sync. But Republicans have a problem. Duty says Cav is innocent. Heart says Ford is telling the truth. So that creates a double bind where you can't choose. You've got to choose. This is a Zen cone. If you say Cav is the truth, you're wrong. If you say Cav is not the truth, you're wrong. In other words, when your morality, when your heart, when your moral conscience is divided between heart and duty, and heart says one thing and duty says another, you have a irresolvable conflict, because you can't choose. You can only choose when they're together. So that to choose Cav, duty and party, you have to discount Dr. Ford, which goes against your heart. So the choice then separates us from our heart, and that creates a hypocrite. A hypocrite, as the prophets in the Bible would rail against, is a person whose mind says one thing and his actions say another, or is divided against himself. And this is the very problem that Judge Cav brings. Is he like Bill Cosby? Is his public persona so crafted that he cannot even accept the fact that he has a dark side, that he did immoral things? If I'm such a perfectly moral person, how can I allow even the memory of an immoral act? Because that would divide me. And how can I be an outwardly judge speaking with moral conviction if I doubt myself, if I'm hiding my own immorality? So that puts him in a moral crisis. And as we witnessed from Cosby, he never cracked his con all the way to jail. He's still innocent. So when Trump says it's a con, Trump should know what a con is. The con is that if you believe your con, your moral persona that you have carefully corrected, who is going to be your avenue to success and fame and wealth, you see, you can't have a single blemish in that. Be a good Catholic Jesuit judge with a perfect family, you see. One little crack would just bring the whole house of cards down. So perhaps that was Judge Cav's anger. The anger and the fear of being exposed. And that, and we all have that fear, including the whole Republican Party. Not that the Democrats are innocent. Thanks for dropping in.